Welcome to the Church AED Risk Management Webinar. This is the first in a series of risk management webinars that we will be holding over the next few months. Church AED is dedicated to providing safety solutions through risk management products, services, and educational materials to churches around the country. This webinar is not live, so there will be no question and answer session at the end. All future webinars will be live and allow for questions. This webinar is being brought to you today by Church AED. We are a division of National AED Sales, and we've been in business for over 16 years. We perform thousands of safety audits on businesses around the country and specialize in risk management services and products. You can find out more information at www.churchaed.org. Today's topics will cover automated external defibrillators and emergency action plans. There are two questions you can ask yourself during this webinar. One, does your church have an emergency action plan? And if you don't have an automated external defibrillator, are you planning on getting one soon? People often ask, what's an emergency action plan and how do I create one for my organization? By definition, an emergency action plan is a formal written plan that dictates duties to staff members in the event of an emergency incident. The plan must address all foreseeable events that could take place in a church setting. This includes Sunday school services, outdoor church functions, weddings, funerals, etc. Incidents can range from life-threatening emergencies like an active shooter, bomb threats, medical emergencies, power outages, and anything in between. Today's focus will be on medical emergencies. There are two types of medical emergencies. They are life-threatening emergencies and non-life-threatening emergencies. We will address life-threatening emergencies, which cover topics such as heart attack, stroke, and sudden cardiac arrest, which will be the main topic of our webinar today. When dealing with any medical emergency, it's highly recommended that the emergency action plan be structured using the American Heart Association's chain of survival. There are 4 links in the chain of survival. The first is early access, which means call 911 as soon as an emergency situation is discovered. The second is early CPR, which means a certified staff person or patron should begin CPR as soon as possible if required. The third step is early defibrillation. If the church has an AED, then it should be taken to any emergency incident scene in which a person has collapsed or is ready and be ready for use, even if it's not needed. And the fourth link is early advanced care. Basically, it means get the injured person to the hospital or to an ambulance as quick as possible. If your church does not have an AED, then the chance of survival drops, or at least during sudden cardiac arrest, the chance of survival drops 10% for every minute that critical care is not given to the injured person. So having an AED on site greatly increases the chance of survival by 50% or more, and in some studies up to 75% or more of a survival rate if a defibrillator is used. All right, people often ask too, what is an AED? Well, by definition, it's an automated external defibrillator, which is a computerized medical device. An AED can check a person's heart rhythm, it can recognize a rhythm that requires a shock, and it can advise the rescuer when a shock is needed. The AED uses voice prompts and lights to tell the rescuer what steps to take. Many of the misconceptions come from watching television, where you see medical dramas where they use a defibrillator, which is this. That's not an automated external defibrillator. A defibrillator requires medical training and is in hospitals and ambulances and on some fire trucks. But that's not what a defibrillator is. This is an automated external defibrillator. As you can see, it's very simple to use. There are 2 buttons on this unit. This is the HeartSign Samaritan 300P. The only 2 buttons you push are the on-off button and the shock button. We've got a short video now we're going to show you on how easy this is. Since this is a tape session, we've been having some technical difficulties, so if you cannot hear this, then please go to our website, because you can actually download this video and hear it with full volume. And that's how simple it is to use the Heart-Sign Samaritan 300P. All right, the next question I often get is AED training. How do we get trained for this? Well, that's simple. There's 3 ways you can go about training. The first is your local American Heart Association. Just go contact those folks and see if you can set up training sessions. And if you have enough people, they will actually come to your church and train you there. Generally, it's at least 5 people. Then there's the American Red Cross. And then third is there's more than several. There's lots of independent training companies around the country, and chances are there's someone in your area who goes to businesses around the area and trains people on site. So there's 3 options for you, and part of our service of selling a defibrillator to you is that we will help you locate that training, and that does not cost anything additional over what you pay with us. The next question is, are we protected legally? Can you be sued for using an AED? The answer to that is no. All 50 states now have instituted Good Samaritan laws that say provide legal protection to laypersons who use an AED. So basically it's saying as long as you use the defibrillator the way it's designed to be used, you cannot be sued. And again, the machine talks to you. The pads have diagrams to show you exactly where to put them on the person's chest, so it's almost fail-proof. Second, can you be sued for not having an AED? Right now, no. But AEDs are quickly becoming an accepted emergency practice around the country for businesses and places of public gathering. National statistics show that people have up to a 50% chance or better chance of survival if an AED is used in the event of sudden cardiac arrest. Because of this increased success rates, the ease of use and cost effectiveness, families who lose loved ones to sudden cardiac arrest are starting to sue organizations for not having AEDs. Again, it's a gray area. You're not legally required to have it yet, but the court of public opinion is starting to favor organizations who do have it. It's a fact. AEDs save lives. Every week there are more and more success stories involving the use of an AED. The story here is just one example. You can visit our website, www.churchaed.org, to see more examples of successful saves due to the use of an automated external defibrillator. As an example here, though, this happened actually in a church where the pastor thought he was snoring. It was distressed breathing because he was going into sudden cardiac arrest, and the defibrillator saved him. So it's a good thing. So anyway, we hope that you have learned from more about AEDs from our webinar today. We encourage you to contact us with any questions you may have. You can reach us by phone, email, or through our Facebook page at facebook.com/National AED. And again, our website is www.churchaed.org. Thank you, and we hope to see you back at our next webinar.